Up, up. What's up, guys? Sorry, I had this thing set with the wrong settings. It was set to unlisted. I was like, why is nobody in here? So we're just gonna wait a little bit, let some people come in, and then we're gonna start. Boop, boop, boop. What's up, guys? What's up? Sorry, man. Yeah, sorry, guys. I had the live stream. I had the live stream ready, everything up, scheduled, and I went in there, and the setting was set to private or something, unlisted or private. I don't know what. I came in and I was like, "There's nobody in here this morning. What's going on? Was my loss yesterday that bad? I lost everybody." And but it was just the setting on YouTube. It set it to private, I think, or something. So I just had to go in and make it public so that it was available to everybody. And yeah, that was weird. But I appreciate you guys coming on. We'll give it like a couple minutes just to give everybody a chance to get in here. One sec. Very sunny day here in the Midwest. Got the sun shining right in my eyes through the window. Got to close the blinds there. Yeah, sorry guys. If you're just joining, the listing was set to private or unlisted, so it wasn't showing up. I was like, I came on and I was like, where is everybody? It said nobody waiting. I was like, oh, I lost everybody. Like, they're not coming back. Yesterday was too rough of a day. Done. Um, but it was just the YouTube settings. Sorry about that. We'll give it a couple more minutes. I think everything's working here. Get the technicals and everything going on. You can see this. This is from. Oh, this is a weekly here. Moving this up to some support areas. Looking a little rangy here, huh? FOMC day. It feels like time is just flying by. It feels like it was FOMC just like 2 weeks ago. What's up, SW Blaze? Hey, Ken. Hey, Justin. What's up, Tom? Zero. It's Dave. Matt, what's up? Andre from Berlin. Good morning. Zero. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining. What we got going on? Let me give it just a couple more minutes. Bookmap. Got Bookmap up again. I popped up Bookmap this morning. You see this big red area of liquidity, and this is kind of what we're looking at yesterday too. You can see it's just been sitting here on the books. Big area of liquidity down at 13.5, which I think is a psychological number. Another big level of liquidity down here at 13.490. Lots of these levels, I think price is going to get sucked into it, and we'll look at higher time frames. I mean, I'm not going to trade just off this, but this is kind of confirming what we can just see on our normal charts, which is up here. We can look at the hourly. Again, I'm going to go through the top. I'm just giving this a little bit of time because we had some technical difficulties this morning with the link, YouTube link. I don't know what it's called. So we can see down here at 13,496, we've got these touches again. I mean, that's just being confirmed over here on Bookmap. Big area of support down there, but you don't necessarily need this, I don't think, to be able to identify that. But if I didn't see anything down here, maybe you'd think that price would be able to clear through it. I don't know. We're still exploring this, and we're going to observe it and make notes of things, and then maybe at the end of the day, come back and look and see how Bookmap reacted to things. I mean, lots of times what I talk about, is that you want to stalk, you want to be a stalker, right? and we want to stalk the markets. We want to see how it reacts to certain things. And so yesterday we saw, and I did a video on this yesterday afternoon. You can watch that. I just went back and looked at the trades, looked at what I could have done better yesterday, and recording these, really helps, obviously. I also looked at how Bookmap reacted to stuff, and we were in a clear bearish down channel, eating through all this liquidity down here. It was just getting sucked in, chopping through it, and then we finally got that breakout of that 1 minute down channel, and we saw those buyers coming through as we broke out. One thing that I need to probably do is scale in a little bit more. Today I'm just going to be trading one contract, and maybe scaling into positions a little bit more. And not jumping the gun. I think yesterday the overall idea was right. It was just the execution was poor, entries were poor. So, we're trading futures with a large leverage. 13,500. I don't know. Goran, I haven't done any analysis. Don't trade off of what I say. Let's look at the analysis before we all start jumping into trades here. So you've got a 13,500. Goran, I'll be honest with you, it's looking a little bearish to me. I suspect that price is going to continue to get sucked down. I would be very cautious of that, but price is going to do whatever it's going to do. But we're negative 1% coming in the morning, pre-market already, negative delta. Let's look now. Of course, those aren't the only things I'm looking at, but that's just a quick look to see what's going on now. If we were negative 1% but flat delta, or hanging around here, I might think we might be able to get a bounce out of it. But when I see, again, it's a similar situation to yesterday. I see all that liquidity sitting down here. I think price is going to want to come up. Same situation as yesterday. We hit VWAP. You find some area of resistance up here. I think these orders are going to want to get engaged, and I think you're trying to find an entry strategy to the downside if we're seeing all this liquidity down here. A couple of different entry strategies. We could try to find some resistance up here. Looking at a candlestick chart. I mean, yesterday, I don't know if I'm gonna look at a 1 minute to do this. We can see we're in a clear downtrend on the 5 minute. This is pre-market, so I want to be cautious of it. Maybe it's getting a turn down here off of that. But you just wait for some bullish structure to form on a micro time frame, like a minute or 5 minute, and then you wait for that micro structure to break to the downside, and we can use cumulative delta, or you can use the bubbles on Bookmap to confirm that move down. And I think your target would be 13.5. You may see price starting to eat through that liquidity and start dropping lower, and then it may seek out more liquidity to the downside. I would. It's looking bearish to me at the moment. So let's look at what we got going on. So let's look at a daily. We got some levels. I think I can take this. So let's take a couple of these off just so we can look at a clean chart. I'm going to leave that one on because I think it's significant. Bullish uptrend. We've broken out of this longer term down channel. This is just basic technical analysis. I'm not really going to look at anything order flowy yet. Get off of here, sir. Charts up. Basic technical analysis in this downtrend since January. Broken to the upside of it. It does look bullish today, though. I have a little bit of a bearish bias, so it is looking bullish since June, mid-June here. Since we started this uptrend, we've broken out of this larger down channel. It looks like it's got 14,000 in its sights. I think that you could, take a swing position and probably hold it up to 14,000. Intraday trading with it being FOMC, I'm not sure. I think it's eyeing this level. It's eyeing this area of confluence right now. That's just where I see from like a technical standpoint. I think it's going to want to come back down. I think maybe around 13,275-ish. Might be interesting for it. It's FOMC today, guys. It's FOMC today. Let's keep that in mind all day. market's that crazy. FOMC could send this down to this, I think, 250 points down to the downside. I think that's in its range for the day. But this big area of confluence where we're going to come back in, hit the back end of this trend line, plus we've got the supporting bullish trend line right here. You come down to this area, we've got a level of support here as well. So we've got 3 just technical levels coming in right there. That for me is going to be a big one. Yeah, Fed minutes are coming today. I think it's at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. So we need to keep that in mind. Trading on FOMC is always not ideal, obviously, but let's come in and just look at technicals anyway, and then we can trade price action during the day. So yeah, I see, maybe this level breaking where it's coming down to right now, and we can see, all that, like we talked about it before, all that liquidity coming in on Bookmap down here at that level. This is that same level, that support level that I just drew out. It's coming down here. I wouldn't be surprised if you just start eating through this and start dropping, and cutting through this, and then liquidity, you'd probably start to see more liquidity coming in through on the downside. And we start getting into that. So yeah, I mean, I think for me, I would probably be trying to find an entry to the short side. Let's look at a 4-hour real quick. It's also got some support down here, 13,425. Typically, this is going to want to make that continuation on the 4-hour. We break below the 20 SMA on the 4-hour. I think it's got down here 13,425 perhaps. So it's about 75 points. Not a big range, to be honest with you. Move that down. Let's blow this up. Another key level. Yeah. Just how you draw this up channel right here, I think is important. It's probably something like that. Yeah, I would think 14,425 is another key level for it. So we've got this support level. You can see the touch here. It's all that liquidity we saw in the order book coming in here at 13,500. If we get through that, I think it's probably going to want to target the bottom of the band here on the 4-hour. It's also the supporting trend line, this uptrend line that we drew out on the daily. It's just now on the 4-hour over here. We can see that coming into an area of confluence. We've got a support level here as well. So it's got some support underneath it. But I think that scalp of the break of 13,500 down to 425 would be interesting for me. It's just, can I execute that well? I don't know. I'm not executing trades particularly well. I think that has to do with the size. So I'm going to size down today, as I mentioned before, size down and allow myself to endure a little bit of drawdown. I don't want to be like, oh, I was right yesterday, but the general direction and the target levels were right. It's just the execution entry was poor. And then when I was looking at it yesterday, after the market closed, I was clearly just getting too eager beaver on it and jumping in on it and not being patient, not waiting for those good entry points, where I can, maximize my profits and minimize my risk. That last trade that I took, I was green, and then I, jumped in that last one because I saw where it was going, and I just jumped in. I was just like, getting in. I know where it's going, and of course, it retraced on me, and I got chopped up on it. So I got chopped up. I was shorting it. Then I decided it broke out, and I was going to go long, and it was just terrible, just bad execution. But looking back on that trade, if you didn't see the video from yesterday, you should watch the strategy video I put out yesterday. You could clearly see a 1-minute down channel, lots of touches on it. Provided some very good entry opportunities, particularly on the counter trend line breaks to the downside, on delta volume, and on Bookmap, those Bookmap bubbles coming through on sellers. And that's just basic simple trading with order flow confirmation. So I am bearish on it this morning. It's got a big area of support down here, 13,500 though. I'm not going to short 13,502. Where can you get in on it, I think is the question. I would honestly be looking for it to break this, start moving lower, get in on a pullback, and then short that pullback. That's what I'll probably be looking to do. I think it'd be tricky to try to find something higher up, and maybe VWAP up here, maybe this level resistance at 13,446 right here, top of the band on the 5-minute. We can see we've got some touches over here. Yeah, so. Market's going to open in 1 minute. Oh, market just opened. So I'm going to try to be patient today, guys. I appreciate your patience with my patience. I know some of us like to come on here and just watch us rip trades and be up or down $5,000 in the first 10 minutes. And I appreciate people posting their P&L and everything, what you're making, but I'm going to try to be patient and wait for a good opportunity to get in on this thing. I haven't really looked at the chat this morning. Said hi to some. I've said good morning to some folks. Cesaric, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us, Cesaric. Cesaric has been with the channel since day one. Day one. I think I had Cesaric and somebody else in here. Like the first live stream I ever did, I had like 2 people, and for some reason that's almost like more pressure than having 100 people in here. I think we've got 45 this morning, but we've had over 100 here before. But having the 2, I feel like, is more pressure. Things moving up, ranging. I guess top of that band there would have been a good scalp. That was the trade that kind of came through yesterday, wicking through the upper band on the 1 minute Bollingers. What's up, Nico? Hey, George. Why we care? Good morning. BVS. FOMC 1. I think I answered that. So 1 o'clock Central Time, I believe. For our chart, we had sideways move with down move from overnight. Yeah, I think we looked at that before. This looks like it's wanting to go down a little bit here. We know we've got a big area of support down here, 13,500. So my plan for today is wait for that area to break and then get in on a pullback to the downside. But I'm trying to figure out a entry. We drew out this level up here of 13,547 as a possible entry. This red line, which is the top of the band on the 5-minute. We've also got some resistance coming in up here. You can see it, kind of short-term resistance from this morning. VWAP up here. It's hard to pick, but you can see cumulative delta. They're popping. It's hard to pick, the place to short it. It's like trying to catch a falling knife, but the opposite way. So I'm probably just gonna stick with my plan. If it doesn't get executed, it doesn't get executed. But I gotta have trade selection this morning. Morning. Somebody asked something. I saw it real quick and deleted. Where is it? Where's the question? That's a good question, Durgish. What's your stop loss, Goran? Goran, that makes me super, super uncomfortable when you say according to your analysis. You should be doing your own trading. Don't copy my trades. And I also don't think it's going up. But this looks like this delta's moving up here. I mean, again, my trade plan is to break the support levels down here at 13,500 and take it down. I think it is gonna search out for 13,425. So I'm looking at this pocket here to pick up. But I need some things to happen before I jump in on that. I think somebody asked what program I use to edit my videos. Did I see that somewhere? Oh yeah, Jesse asked that. Are you talking about the videos on YouTube, Jesse? Or are you talking about the live streaming videos? YouTube. Yeah, so I use a program called what's it called here? Make sure I get VSDC, I think. VSDC. Where is it? Yeah, VSDC. I can type it in the chat. VSDC. It's just I found that I'm not a video editor guy, so I'm sure there's better ones out there, and you can. I'm sure someone else. I don't know. Does anybody? Hey, what's up, Kyle? Anybody got any good any video editors out there? Are there any good software programs? The VSDC, to be honest, it's fine. I know how to use it, but I'd be open to something better. What up, Money Kiddo? What up? Hope you guys are all having a good day. It's up through that initial resistance. Now we're hitting VWAP, VWAP. I don't know. Go run. You still in your trade? Go run. Go run. Go run, maybe. Go run. You're afraid of, yeah, if you're, you know what, Money Kiddo, sometimes that's a sign you just shouldn't trade. I probably don't need to tell you that. That's kind of Captain Obvious advice, but you know, it's FOMC. It's Wednesday. If you want to go for a walk, go for a walk instead. Do something else. You don't need to trade. It'll probably end up bad. There's some times when you're like in the flow of the market, you know, like you got it figured out. You're like, F yeah, man. You wake up each morning and you get on those charts and you're like, I got this thing. It's like, you know, you're in the rhythm of it. And there's other mornings where it's just, other days where it's just, you can't get into the flow. This looks like it wants to come down. I see Cumulative Delta there dropping. See what old book map up here has to say about it. Still got to work on my zooming stuff on this. Balls. Maybe a pullback, or is it going to drop? Did the move up, pullback, break pullback, pop up, wants to come down? I still think it wants to come back down to 13,500. I think it's got some unfinished business down there. Unfinished business. I'm gonna take a scalp. I do think it's going to seek out 13,500, but to be honest, hey, Money Kiddo, I think you and I are in the same boat today. I think I think I need a base hit today. Just a nice little bunt. Get my confidence back up after yesterday. Nice little bunt. One contract bunt. This was just, you know, coming off of VWAP. You saw Cumulative Delta pushing down, and I actually saw over here on Bookmap sellers coming in as well. So just getting that confirmation that we're probably falling back in. I think it does want to come back down to 13,500-ish. So, you know, this is something that I'm observing. I'm gonna see what it does. If we do come down to 13,500, if it, you know, this might be a strategy that I'm able to implement, you know, scaling into a position at like these levels, right? Morning, Major Dave. Do any meditation this morning, Major Dave? I have not done my meditation today. Not a very good sign. My thing is though, is like I shorted here. I think it's coming down here. Just talking to myself now. Well, maybe we get this impulse back up to 40. And then I'm sweating. It does look like it's gonna roll to 05, 07. You only have time to meditate on the weekends? Do you do like long meditations? Like I do like 10-minute meditations on the weekdays, and sometimes I'll try to squeeze in like a 20-minute meditation. It just depends. Depends what I got to do. I used to like to do them like before the live stream. I still do when I have time, but I oftentimes find myself just thinking about the markets way too much when I try to meditate before the live stream. There you go. You got that move down to 13,500. Now let's see what it wants to do down here. 13th that. Oh, this is the ES. I don't want you ES. I want the NQ. Uh-oh. Getting an error from YouTube. All right, so now we're breaking lower on our original trade plan here. I'm just curious to see. You can see how we move through here. I'm looking to see if there's any more liquidity to the downside. I don't see much. So again, I'm just observing. I'm not telling you that that means anything. I'm just taking notes. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But you can see how price ate that up again on the morning. A bigger liquidity to the downside. Once again, move up to VWAP. Same thing that happened yesterday, and that seeked it out. So interesting. Morning, Sam. Hey, Design Nub. Yeah, I'm. Down we go. I like using these low volume nodes as entries. You can see how it formed this low volume node here. Nice, Vernon. Good job, man. Is the quality here coming through okay on the YouTube? It's giving me something. YouTube's giving me an error. Not an yeah. It literally says error. YouTube is not smooth streaming. Experience buffering. I'm gonna close out some stuff. Just upgraded my memory too. I got too much stuff going on. Looks good, good. So, I think I got this initial target here of 425. I'm kind of targeting the bottom of the band here on the 4-hour. But I want to get in at a good price. Yesterday, this low volume, it looks like I should have held my shorts up here. Really red price. I need to get, I feel like I know how to read price. I need to get better executing reading price. Kind of like, figuring out where price is going. So on this move up to VWAP, realizing that we're going to come down and get into that liquidity level that we pointed out, would have been would have been good. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm trying to say. If you guys didn't see the video from yesterday and you want to see what price did on yesterday's open, this is yesterday's video. You can check that out and Very similar situation yesterday. And we're just stalking this market, right? This is a similar situation how I got stopped out yesterday. How I got, price was moving lower here. I jumped in thinking we were going to come down, hit those lower levels, which eventually we did. I just got in on a horrible, horrible fill. This is a nice LVN pullback. Perhaps. I want to see what happens on Bookmap on this. I just want to observe. It's coming in, coming in. Possible entry at one of these low volume nodes. See sellers starting to come in. You can see Delta. You can see some of the sellers here on Bookmap. Starting to reverse a little bit here. See what happens at this low volume node. You put your stop, here at 06. You can also use Bookmap to figure out where to put your stop. 0675, so put up there at 7. Probably gonna get stopped out. I'm okay with that trade. That was kind of the trade that I wanted to in the setup. I'm still gonna like to go short on it. Take my stop up there because it's always good to take your stop. Now we're moving back into the high volume node. So what I wanted to see is I wanted to see this big area break, and I wanted it to, give me a pullback like that, a pullback into a low volume node, and then short the break of that pullback. So, I took my stop on it, but that was the trade I was looking to set up. Hey, Paul. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us. What's up, STR from Brazil? Good morning. I can see Cumulative Delta moving up, down. Could just be choppy FOMC day stuff. Now we're hitting this low volume node on the backside. Value area low. Yeah, design knob. I think that's true. What was resistance will be support, and what was support will be resistance. I think I'm gonna have to let this move, whatever it's doing, play out and just pass this one. I was thinking about going short again here, but this is what happened to me yesterday. So learn from my mistakes. Up, up, up. How you guys doing out there? Where's everybody from today? Let's get a geographic roll call here. No STRs in Brazil. Kyle, where are you at, man? You've told me this before, probably, Kyle. Tell me one more time and I'll remember, I promise. Kyle's been doing some killer trading, man. England, Atlanta, California. Very nice. Massachusetts, cool. Washington, Chicago, Massachusetts, Indianapolis, Oklahoma, Princeton, New Jersey, Phoenix, Romania. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Texas, cool. I'm in Missouri, the Midwest. I had an in-depth conversation with someone from, I have no idea what that is, Andre. Not a clue. Oh, you were born in Romania. Nice. I was like, where is that? It's obviously Romanian. Hey, looks like it wants to punch up here, huh? Maybe a scalp. Break that top. Break that resistance. I do, my boy. Everybody from all over. Pretty cool. Oh, I don't want to put on here. I want to put the. Oh. I'm just watching this book map. You can see some stuff down here at 13,480, but not seeing like massive. That's where it wants to go. Again, I think it's down here at 423. Get in and hold it. I want to fight for price on it. Scale into something here, maybe. It is FOMC. It is FOMC. I mean, the place I would really like to get into is value area high, right? I'd like to get in a value area high. I feel like that's a good price. It's a low volume node formed here. 500, maybe the back end of it. Nice SW blaze. I don't want to short it here and think I'm going to scale in and we pop up the VWAP. Up to VWAP 60 points away. So I need to wait for some bullish structure to form. That's one of the things I was trying to do over here. Wait for that bullish structure to form into an LVN and then trade away from that low volume node. It's just we traded up through that LVN, so you just take your stop. Those are high probabilities for me. For me. That's what I want. Every time I say that for me, because I always talk about, for everybody trades a little differently. Everybody's got setups that they like, or they read charts a certain way, or whatever. So I always say for me, then I want to get like the soundtrack of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody and have that play every time I say it. Like on one of those Elgato stream things. Like breaking out here, breaking the trend line. Sorry if you could hear me chugging my water. How did I get into trading? I told this story before, but so I also have a small business that I run, and I started that back in the late 2000s, and it was like I was working full time at the time. I was working full time, and I was running the side business, and the business just kept growing and growing, and it was doing pretty well. And I eventually left my job to do my business. And after 5 years, probably in 2014, yeah, probably 5 years, 2014, I realized I need to get better at like managing finances in general. My small business that I ran for my apartment in Washington D.C. Now required a little bit more financial managerial expertise. So I took this financial course. I think it was managerial economics or managerial finance or something like that online from, I think it was University of Pennsylvania. And it was just basics. I mean, it was just entry level stuff, but I had intended to start, learning more about it. And this was the first course, and there was a lot of supplemental material that it would redirect you over to YouTube to try to have you watch. So it'd be like you'd watch the course, and then it'd be like, okay, now watch these videos, and they were on YouTube, or maybe some of the course videos were actually on YouTube. I can't remember. Anyway, I was watching these finance videos on YouTube, and then YouTube was like, oh, you must be interested in trading. And then here's a whole bunch of day trading videos. And I had already, I've been interested in day trading, just the mechanics of it, really. Like I had always thought of good like investment ideas, but I was, old school. I was like the guy who was like, my first investment, I literally wrote a check to Vanguard and mailed it mailed it to them to open up to do my first investment. So, I was really interested in like, following markets or seeing like socioeconomic conditions, how they change, how you can take advantage of it. Um, and so yeah, I started watching some of these day trade videos, and I was interested in it enough. And I think the first one I watched was Ross Cameron did like a webinar or something, and I couldn't understand any of it. I was just like, what the f is he talking about? I was like, the only thing I want to do is buy a stock on my computer that I'm interested in buying. How do I do that? And getting in a short here on this 1 minute candle. This is kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to get at a good price. I might add to it at 34, and then I'd have to get out. You know, but I like that 1 minute bearish candle. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll get stopped down on it. Anyways, this 1 minute candle lied to me. Anyway, so I was interested in investments and stuff. So YouTube's like, oh, you must like trading. And started watching these videos, and it was just like from there. From there, it just kind of snowballed. And I got into Forex. Sorry, I'm watching. Why is this thing now not working? It's working. I need to get stopped out on this, I think. Sorry, I'm watching this trade. Then I'm gonna go back to my story here. $20 on that 1 minute. It's a pretty key level for it here at the 20 SMA on the 5 minute, bearish candle on the 1 minute. So I started trading Forex because I think that's what everybody does. Because there's just a ton of free information out there. I started trading Forex. The first trade I ever took, I made $40 on. I remember it, Aussie dollar, Aussie US dollar short. And then ever since then, I've just been hooked. I started trading Forex. Of course, Forex is a disaster. Not as big as a disaster as this. I still like that 1 minute bearish candle there. I still like this level to get short at. Here. Think it's going to seek out this liquidity up here at 13,550. And so I just got into it, yeah. And I traded Forex for a little bit, didn't have much, I had some success. And then during COVID crash in 2020, in March 2020, I really got into futures trading. Um, during those days, you could wake up and just hit the sell button. And I've said this before, just wake up, hit the sell button, and you were, golden. Man, bubble light right here. Let's see if it wants to get through this. I don't know. Close out of this, or I might close out of this trade. Let's see what happens down here. 20 SMA there, popping off of it. Point of control coming in there though. Key level right here. Delta's moving up. See what it wants to do. I've got my finger on the close button. I'm gonna get out of it. So yeah, got into futures during COVID and stuff, and during the COVID crash, and I haven't looked back from futures since then. I also swing trade like equities and things, but futures is the only thing I day trade. Well, I don't know. Good days and bad days. It's hard to get back into it. I think my overall idea was probably right, but it's difficult to get back into it after get back into the trade. I mean, I think we may want to pop down some more, but it's not quite acting like I'd like to see it behave. I thought we were really gonna get that break of 2,500, start moving. How you guys doing out there? Anybody take some trades this morning? KGB? Who's the KGB? All these little trend lines. Yeah, I feel like it's getting a little choppy in here. I didn't get that continuation to the downside that I was really. I know what KGB is, man, but I was just saying, like, who's KGB? Oh, cool, because he's like everywhere. Gotcha. Complete gamble here, yeah. It feels like you're just in the middle of this choppy range. That's popping up, so. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? Something like this happens, it's just time to go get a coffee. Go get a coffee break. I'm gonna go get a coffee, fill in my mug. I suggest you guys do the same. If I can find my Let's go get some caffeine and come back and look at this. I think I got up early this morning, guys. I got up at like, I don't know what, super early. 30 this morning. Feeling it. All right, coffee break time. I'll be back. Green tea, nice, nice. I like it. All right, dudes, we're back. Oh, thanks, Kyle, my man. Nice. I appreciate it. Let's get this coffee thing off. Ah, yeah, I would have got stopped out on that there. This thing just looks like it's wicked. Wicked. Man, you just try to take a, I'm just trying to take a scalp here. I want to cooperate, huh? Horrible. Sit down and I shoot from the hip. That's what I do. I sat down, I shot from the hip. There it goes. Oh, I've probably been okay on that trade, but no bueno action for me here. All this. Sometimes if you get lost, you just draw a trend line. Clearly in a little bit of an up channel thingy. Is it like that? Like this? Not clearly defined. Not clearly defined. 5 minute looks very bearish. Price is trying to come up. Delta's not really cooperating, but we're kind of at the bottom of this channel here, so I'm not really going to mess with it. I like this trade, how it came up, hit the 20 SMA, and then we got this reversal candle on the 500 volume, but I don't know if we're going to get kind of my stop there. I've been having a hard go at it lately, guys. It's going to pop. I can tell on that one how it came down to my take profit there, but I got out early because I'm trading with, starts with an F, here. The red is yelling at me. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Let's see if we can get 50 likes on this thing. 50 likes, guys. 50 likes. I'd appreciate it. If I always say if I can't make money, I'm going to make some likes. I appreciate the contribution, Kyle. It's going to feed my children. Say, you know, I got 2 small kids. They're hungry. People are like, why do you do this YouTube? Why do you... Well, I do the YouTube because it's fun. It gives me something to add on to the trading rather than just trading. We can see here Delta's making new lows. Its price is coming through this area. I'm curious to know what Bookmap is doing over here. Still seeing if there's anything down. There's some stuff down here at 50. How big is that order? I guess I want to know. 121. That's pretty big. The spoofing? I don't know. Maybe. Just like a scalp there. As Delta was moving lower. Oh, it is a beautiful day here in the Midwest. Need to try. I got to remember to go enjoy it. Lots of times we can get just stuck on these screens, chasing our P&L all morning, which is never fun. Major Dave, that is above my knowledge set. You can maybe explain that to us. I would appreciate it. Or I'd be interested, I should say. I'd be interested knowing how you do that. More details, please. Yeah, I think we're coming down to 50. God damn. Again, I see these two bearish candles in the 500 volume. I think we're coming down to 50. Jump in on it. What happens? What happens, guys? It's bad entry. Delta's dropping lower though. You can see the low volume node forming here at 82. This is the reality of it. This is the reality of it. Just chasing your P&L. Ugh. Poor execution. Poor execution, Mr. Bear. Bad bear. Bad bear. Always learning. I'll look at this video later, man, and guys. I always say guys. There's probably women. There's probably female. If we have any women on here, say hello. We used to have a viewer from Thailand, Maria. Me and Maria, yeah. And, I was gonna say Maria and I got an argument one time about inflation data. Not an argument, but we're on different sides of it. I haven't seen her back. Yeah, I mean, I'll review the trades later. I like going, I originally started this channel as just like a trade journal so that I could go back and look at them, and I like talking through them. And then, when I watched them, I could hear what I was thinking during the trade, and then it just kind of morphed into this. But yeah, I'll go back over and look at the trades today. Again, I think we had the direction right. I think we knew where price wanted to go after the open. I think the execution of that, though, was, I don't know if the execution of that was poor or not. When I went to get my coffee, I was sitting there and I was thinking, why was I exiting these trades so quickly when I thought that I had direction? My idea was that I wanted to come in today and I wanted to scale into positions. So that's why I was only trading one contract. But a lot of it is fear, right? A lot of it is the fear of, oh my God, it's going to bust up through VWAP and run another 30 points, and I'm going to be down $800 or $900 or $1,000, and then I'm going to close out with a huge loss again. And I'm live streaming on YouTube, and it's like you gotta have a green day today. It's got to be a better day today, and that it's just that fear sinks in, and it causes you to not execute it as well. And it has nothing to do, I'm not trying to blame YouTube or live streaming or whatever. It'd be, I was trading by myself for sure too. But interesting, we broke out of this little 1 minute thing. So yeah, I think everybody goes through that. It could be anything. It would have to be YouTube. It would be like, oh, I'm almost passing this evaluation. It's going to pop against me and I'm going to blow the evaluation or whatever, but those negative thoughts, and I think that's why meditation is so important for us as traders, to be able to recognize those thoughts as they come in, being able to identify them as just objects in our consciousness. I'm not trying to get too Alan Watts on you or anything, but being able to recognize those as what they are and manage it better. We may have to take a small red day today, guys. We may have to take it. That will be the reality. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, major day. Okay, I've been having more luck. So Major Day says, I've been having more luck selling vertical spreads lately. Time decay is a huge advantage. You don't have a super right on price direction. You don't have to be super right on price direction. Day trading is difficult. Yep, I agree with that. More fun though. Yeah, it is. So if you think the stock is bullish, you sell a put. If the stock goes up or sideways, oh, okay, gotcha. I used to trade small. I've dabbled in options in the past. I mean, I think like most traders, you kind of dabble in a little bit of everything, right? It's like you're always trying to find something that works. And to be fair, I'm glad I did because I've ended up on futures, and that seems to be good for me. Particularly the Nasdaq. I like the way it moves. It fits my what I'm looking to get out. I did do some options, but time decay absolutely killed me on options. It was a little too sophisticated for me, to be honest. This looks like it might want to roll here. Let's see what it wants to do. But and I had a good friend who went into options and got completely burned on it. I mean, for me, options are really risky. The time decay for me kills me. I'm just watching here what Bookmap wants to do in the situation. We can see I guess you call this like the balance, right? We've got um, seems like an equal amount of buyers and sellers battling it out right here. This is the order book over here. So you can see the battle taking place. You can look up here and see a book imbalance or volume imbalance. And that'll readjust, I think, as my scroll out here. I wonder if I can. See buyers coming in. I think if it breaks through this, you can see that big buy order coming through. All right, what's it want to do here after that big buy order? That's the other thing I wanna stock it. I want to see what happens after big orders get executed. I mean, in my mind, this should be a really bullish sign, right? Big buyers coming through. But I've also seen areas like over here where you have these big sell orders and it just can't get through it. They're just being absorbed. So I guess maybe if it can't get through it, then it rolls back down. We're learning. It works for you when you sell it. Gotcha. Gotcha, Major Dave. I like that. Yeah, the time decay thing would work for the seller, not the buyer, right? Yeah, I looked at Tasty Trades when I started doing options. Um, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna go learn option strategies at this point. This thing looks like it wants to roll over, doesn't it? Look at that 1 minute. Losing steam as it's trying to push up. Delta starting to drop. And then boom, it just goes. Put my word. Buyers coming through on the book map. Getting that pop. Coming to a low volume node though. 20 SMA, 13,500. Let's see. Let's see what it wants to do up here. I see this low volume node. It's poking through that low. It's exploring this low volume node. This should hold as a resistance. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm watching it. Get off of there. Ninja Trader, you're so sensitive. watching it, thinking about a short. Little voice in my head was like, yeah, go, man, just go for it. Go for it. Take that short. And the fear voice was like, what are you doing? Get out. Get out. Just a little scout. $50 on the day, market tuition maybe. I was gonna say, I think, it's got this big area of resistance up here at 500. That's gonna go. Bunch of liquidity sitting down there at 450. 133 contracts sitting down at 450. Is that where it wants to go, guys? Let's see what happens. Oh, famous last words. Let's see what happens. Uh, so I saw this 5-minute reversal, 5-minute reversal, or bearish candle, 1-minute reverse or bearish candle. So we're gonna take this trade. Maybe got in too low on it. Up at 03. Son of a gun. So I put my stop up here in this low volume node. If it gets through this low volume ledge, we break this resistance level, then you want to get out of it. Phone's blowing up. All those signs are bearish. I mean, I'm okay with this if this gets stopped out. I keep telling myself that, right? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I should be getting in here, 92, but I'm not gonna add to it right now. Delta's dropping. Yeah, I'm not gonna add to it. To be honest, I can't. Maybe adding up there at like 96 would have been okay, but man, I gotta limit my risk today. It's just the reality of it. We may be a little bit too low here. I'm seeing the bottom of the band there on that 5-minute, but the 1-minute looks like it wants to go again. Just got in a bad price on it, 84. Ugh. These are the worst when you get in too low, Or you get in a bad price and it's like come on. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Right down at the support level. Bad entry again. Looks like he's probably gonna make another run up at 500. Fear. Man, guys, I'm trading like shit. I'm back at flat. I might just have to take that. I'm not trading like shit. I'm trading with fear. I can feel the fear like in my gut. You know what I mean? It's just, but this low volume node here, the place to get in on it was up here at 94, 95. I got an 84. I should have gone up here at the top of this range. The expectation that would break lower. Now I got the bands pinching in here on the 1 minute. Shows me that, you know, momentum's kind of dying out. And I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. I'll take my $8.28 plus the $4 Kyle gave me. And I might go buy myself a burrito for lunch. I don't know. What are you guys going to do the rest of the day? I'm going to go buy myself a burrito and go for a walk in the woods with my kids. All right, guys. You guys take it easy. I'm going to come back tomorrow. Oh, FOMC is coming out at 1 o'clock. So keep that in mind. You know, if you don't got to trade the rest of the day, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm clearly not like a expert. Now it's breaking lower. Clearly not the best expert out here, but I'm just giving you my advice. Now we're moving lower. Thank you, market. Thank you, market. I shouldn't say thank you, market. I should be saying you need to control your emotions better. It's hard. You know, I'll just be 100% honest. It's hard to do it on a live stream. It's hard to do it on a live stream. It's, you know, easier to do it when I'm sitting here by my lonesome and I put the order in and I say, you know what, I'm okay with losing, you know, $300 coming out red. I'm okay with that risk and I'll do it. But I'm, you know, it's just as a person, external, say condemnation, but you know what I mean. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So Buns, maybe I'll trade later. Maybe I won't. I'm gonna get out of here. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. Let's see what FOMC wants to do at 1 o'clock. Maybe we'll get some good movement. There might be some good opportunities on volatility. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Oh, can we get a couple more likes? I would love to get some more likes on this video before I jump off. Just encourage me to keep doing these things, keep getting on here. You can even see as like we zoom out, you can see the structure. We break the structure to the downside. Let's see if that stuff's still sitting on the books down there at, yeah, you can see it now. Big area of liquidity down there at 50. It'll be really interesting to see. You can see this big area of liquidity down here. 136 contracts sitting down here. See, wait, look in this. It'll be really interesting to see if price gets pulled down into this area. I think it will. I think it'll just start eating up this, eating up, and get down there to 450. So that also corresponds with the 4 hour, the bottom of the band on the 4 hour over here, which we've got marked out as a target. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna see you guys here tomorrow, and yeah, man, steak burrito. Can't wait. All right, guys, take it easy. See you back in the channel tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.